But thank you.
Thank you everyone. You see, the Indian government voted against Sri Lankan government 2012 March in the United Nations Convention. Today, Sri Lankan president has come to India and Indian President Manmohan Singh is giving hugging welcome to Sri Lankan president. So what is this drama? This is the way the ruling class of this part of the world try to fool the ordinary people. Indian government voted against Sri Lankan government last year, March, because of the pressure from mainly the ordinary Tamil people in southern part of India, and to get the sort of, to give some sort of feeling that they are not allowing Sri Lankan government to continue the way they are going against the Tamil people in Sri Lanka. But what doing today? Sri Lankan president arrived yesterday. I feel sorry that I am also here at the same time. You see, but they are having the very cordial discussions. Again, the next year, this year, March the 10th, they are going to be a discussion on Sri Lanka. It's a violation of human rights during the peak of the war and after the war. You see, post-war situation in Sri Lanka, many people think Sri Lanka is fine now. I think according to some statistics or something, Sri Lanka is something like second or third place in the world to visit. There is no terror, there is no armed struggles, there is no war. That's the kind of picture they have created the image to the West and other countries. But what is the situation within the ordinary people there? You see, after the war, the Sri Lankan government removed the emergency law after the very big protest from the various human rights groups, working class, trade unions, and some of the opposition political parties. So finally they have to remove. But they are continuing with the Prevention of Terrorism Act. Under that particular law, they can do anything what they were doing under the emergency law. More than that, January 18th of this year, it's about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks, Sri Lanka government passed another law in the parliament to increase the time to keep the suspect under the police custody. Over the year last, since my knowledge, I think, the only 24, that's one day, police can keep a suspect. Then after that, they have to police has to produce the suspect to the magistrate. But now few weeks ago, they increased that to the 48 hours. What is this? What is this indication? At the same time, the next week they are going to bring out another law, another bill to the parliament. That's to prevent funding for the terrorists. You see, who going to define? Even the people, some person is going to the till in front of the something, temple law, church or whatever. Even that can be identified as a help into the terrorist. You see, the picture they are giving to the world is totally different. At the same time, what is taking place inside the Sri Lanka is It's terrible. You see, more than anything else, January 15th, I think you must have heard, especially the southern part of the Indian people. Sri Lankan government remove, the word they use is impeach, the Chief Justice of the country in an unlawful manner. You see, Supreme Court of Sri Lanka gave the order the 4th of January, that's last month. They said the Sri Lankan Parliament doesn't have the power to impeach the Chief Justice. Supreme Court of Sri Lanka gave the order. Week later, Sri Lankan government impeached motion passed in the Parliament. So what kind of democracy we are talking under these leaders? As my friend, colleague Willie said, the democracy in this part of the world has become a bloody joke. There's no any other way. I was telling you yesterday in the meeting of inaugural of the film festival, the Tamil prisoners, detainees, who kept in the prison, one of the prisons in the north, not the north, in between the north and the south, there's a place called Mana. They were in agitation or the campaign within the prison for their rights. Finally, Sri Lankan government, army suppressed that thing, and they were brutally attacked and brought to Colombo, and there are 2 Tamil boys died after that incident, and even that dead body of that young boy was not allowed to take to their village. So what is a democracy? Everybody is thinking that Sri Lanka is no problem after the war, and people are enjoying the democracy. You see, we have to go from Colombo, because you see, even the neighbors of the dead boys, the village, they were frightened to attend to the funeral, because I personally went there. I mean, I am the only politician went from the south to attend to this body. Not only that, I mean, we have to carry the coffin of this the boy. I mean, this is in Tamil. Some people maybe can read this. You see, so I mean, I can give many of this kind of the incidents taken place, and at the moment also taking place in Sri Lanka in the post-war scenario. But on the other hand, Sri Lanka is a country having full of election, one after another. Every year there is some kind of elections. So a person like me saying that there's a dictatorship in Sri Lanka. There's a military dictatorship. So very cleverly, they're showing to the world, the people get the opportunity to, vote for voting rights. So how can you explain that the dictatorship is in the country? You see, we have seen the dictators. from many countries. In the history, of course, Germany, we know all the things. But in the recent past, we have seen, many dictators, they kick out the parliament, they close down the parliament, right? But in Sri Lanka, this dictatorship is, they are building the dictatorship through the constitution, through the parliament. They are using the parliament, for example, to impeach the chief justice of the country. They use the majority power within the parliament. So the Rajapaksa, the regime of Rajapaksa, they run the country, the families run the country. There's no party politics, it's a family politics. You see, 48 of the budget allocation for the year 2030 comes under the Rajapaksa. All other ministries has only 52 point something. So that is one indication. That's how the Rajapaksa family is running the country. You see. So I can tell many things, but because of the very limited time, I don't want to go into details. So it is very clear. India, we were discussing about, very unfortunate incident took place this morning. In Sri Lanka, there are many things happening in that way. Nobody knows who's responsible. That's called white van syndrome. All of a sudden, white van coming without a number plate and abduct the person, that's the end of family. There are many journalists. I have no time to go into details. Some have been killed in the streets, some has been abducted. There is no inquiry, proper inquiry from the police. So because of that, democracy, the democratic rights of the ordinary people has been really suppressed under the present ruling class of the South Asia. They enjoy it. There's another jokers meeting taking place every year. That's meeting called SARC. Spending a lot of the people's money and they're showing to the world there's a democracy in the South Asia. At least I'm not praising the European Union or anything, but at least those people has the open access to visit to the other countries within the Schengen countries. What is the situation within the SARC? The Indian cannot visit Pakistan. Pakistanis cannot visit here, and Sri Lankan cannot visit India. The my visa was denied for last more than 3 years. That's why I could not come to the previous VIBGYOR meetings and other. You see, so what kind of democratic rights we are talking? So we have to mobilize the people in the regional basis, because we all face a similar situation. Journalists in India has been suppressed under the UAPA or something, you see. So other conversations people. So because of that, I think, so we have the duty to, mobilize the people in a regional basis to win the people's democracy. Thank you.